Welcome to the Javier Mendez broadcast. We are live. Javier's just about to get a fight in a few days with Umar. And I guess we're going to catch up on how's the training, how's he's looking, and what else is going on in Vegas. How are things looking, Jav?
Things are going great. Training is fantastic. He's injury free. His weight's on point. He doesn't have very much to go. Less than 4 kilos. Usman, his brother showed up. Amaru, our UAE Warriors champion, showed up, and Kasum, his other sparring partner. So all his brothers are here with him, and me, and
Yeah.
Ali, and Ali's with us. So, and every corner I've ever worked with Ali, or when Ali's in presence, I've never lost. I won every single
Good
time with
sign.
Ali. So it's a great sign. Well, not a good sign. It's a great sign. We're gonna win
You're like,
because
yes, that's the missing piece.
it's a
Right.
well, yeah. Ali's a great to have in the corner. He's very vocal. He says a lot of good things. And it's great. Everything's fantastic. Camp's been great. Sparring's been great. And his attitude is great. There's one thing about Umar, I don't have to fix his mental.
Yeah.
I just have to be careful with certain things, make sure he's on point, make sure he doesn't overtrain, make sure he lets me know when he is not feeling too good. And he has done it on this camp. He would push himself. I said, Umar, you can't do that because those things sometimes lead to injuries. And then when you push yourself, that's not something your body's telling you to do. Don't do it. When the fight time comes, that's different. So you do have to have that mentality that no matter what, you're going to win, but not during training. Can't get injured during training. Only when the fight is happening do you have that mentality. During the fight training, you do not.
Yeah, that makes sense, Jav. So there've been a lot of people in and out of the PI. You saw a few people bouncing around.
Oh, everybody, the champ from China, she's there training. Tapura, I've seen him training. I've seen many champions. The former champ, Sterling, was training there. Um,
Jermaine.
oh, everybody. The Jamal Hill, I've seen him there. Strickland, I've seen him there. Not this time around, but I mean, everybody trains at the UFC PI. Because they got great facility there. They take care of everything they need to. It's a great facility, and they're taken care of with massages, therapy. Great training partners. The only issue is, there's some guys that are going to be there that you may end up fighting. They can scout you. That's a problem, and that definitely is a problem. So that's one of the things I don't like, because we may end up training with someone that's a coach or a friend of somebody that knows who we're going to fight, and information could be leaked out, and that's the bad part about it.
Yeah, they might want to scout Usman.
Yeah, no, they
Like,
100%.
they're
No,
like,
100%.
ooh, yeah,
No, 100%. That's
right,
I would do it. I would do it. If
right,
I'm going to be there and I happen to see something, I won't look at him, but I can see from the corner of my eye, and I can say, this guy does this guy does that. And hey, listen, sometimes that's what all it takes is to beat that person, is be able to see what tendencies they have, or
right.
what illnesses they have, or what weaknesses they have, or what injuries they might have. Those
Yeah.
are important. So yeah, no, you got to be careful about those things.
So, are you familiar with the rumors now that Taporia is kind of throwing Islam's name out there?
Yeah, I saw something to that effect, and of course, but I think it's too soon. Hey, just like Islam, he was throwing I want to fight for the welterweight title too. We're not getting it. We almost potentially got it. I was told, and can't verify this, but I think we were offered Leon Edwards for UFC 300. I think. Don't say we were, because I don't know. I think, but I know, like you and I discussed, there's no way it could have happened. Only reason why is because it wouldn't give Islam enough time. Otherwise, it would have been a done deal. If the fight was offered, but I'm not saying it was. But remember, Dana said there was rumored three people that were offered the fight, and Leon accepted all three, and he's a G. But I'm thinking, okay, who's the three fighters? Okay, Hamzat, Ramadan, Islam, Ramadan. Name fighters. Shop Scott. What's the other guy? Shop Scott. The other
Ah,
the really undefeated guy, really good.
Shavkat.
Shabkat. Ramadan.
Yeah.
I would imagine if those guys, if those guys were offered, I would decline all of those because they wouldn't be able to get ready in time.
Yeah, they're not full of the nutrients in the water, hydration. A lot of variables there. Did you watch any of the PFL versus Bellator?
No, I didn't watch it. I kind of thought by looking at the matchups that it was going to be a Bellator sweep. And I think it was a Bellator sweep, with the exception of Brian Bader, the main event. He got knocked out right away. So I didn't see it. Uh, was it a fluke punch? I don't know. I have no
No,
idea.
no, it was nothing. Was a fluke. The guy looked like he was a foot and a half taller than him. It wasn't that much, but I mean, he was so much taller and just so much bigger. And it was like, I swear, man, it almost looked like a kid versus a man. It was such a difference in size. And
Yeah,
and his
yeah.
power and size is so overwhelming. I don't care. You like technique, but if you weigh like 90 pounds, someone could just throw you in the forest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, basically, yeah. No, Bader's not a big guy, but he's an incredible fighter and he's an incredible wrestler. Hey, he's made history. Two-time champion. Ultimate Fighter champion. Ryan Bader has nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, I mean, he's going up against a guy that was 6'8", and the rest of his body was proportionate to those. Not just a skinny 6'8", a proportionate, filled out 6'8" guy. And I think
Right.
Bader's 6'1" or two,
Yeah.
and the reach must be a foot difference and everything else. And the guy was fast too. He was just so big. I mean, kind of like when we used to see Bigfoot fight in the league. Remember Bigfoot? He was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
"How are you going to
Yeah.
take that?" When
Yeah.
Mike Kyle broke his hand on his head because he has extra thick
Yeah.
bones.
Yeah.
The
He
doctor
broke it.
says, "Watch out! His skull is
Yeah.
an extra
Yeah.
inch thick or
Yeah.
something crazy."
He broke his hand. Yeah.
And he told Daniel, he's like, "Watch out when you fight this guy." Back in the Strike Force days.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got from that. Evelyn had more of a fight than anticipated. The PFL guy was tough. I mean, he had to really grind to come back on that, man.
But that was a light heavyweight, right? Evelyn's a 185er.
Oh, I don't, I thought I didn't see the weight. I gotta look
I
back on
saw
that.
the weight. I saw the weight. It said light heavyweight, but that kind of surprised me a little bit because Evelyn, I think, is number one best middleweight in the world. So that yeah, because I watched. It's not like I'm talking. I watched the guy fight. I really do believe he's number one in the world at middleweight.
This guy gave him more of a fit than you could imagine. Um, let me look and see if I can look up the card. But for preparation now, what are you doing? You're waiting for a weight cutting or
My job's done. Umar says, Coach, you don't need to come. I don't. I'm just going to focus on cutting weight and doing some grappling light stuff. So I said, okay. But I came around yesterday just to see Usman because I've seen Usman, Amaru, my UAE champion, and
Mhm.
Kasum. I mean, these are. I love these guys. These are my boys. So I went to just to be around.
Eblin fought at middleweight. I just looked it up.
Okay.
So the guy that fought him was a beast. That'd be interesting to see
Apparently,
them. It'd be
apparently.
interesting to
So
see
yeah,
them come in, but it didn't
yeah.
leave you with, I don't know what's missing. Something that the UFC has that is not duplicated somewhere else. It becomes like your flavor, it's your style, it's what you associate with
No one's
MMA.
no one's talking about these fights either. I have not heard anybody talk about them. So they're not advertising right. They're not doing some. They're not doing something that's getting people talking. Because I didn't hear nobody talking about it other than you and I are talking about it now. The
Are,
news wasn't spectacular either, and MMA news was not spectacular. Was not. It was not
mhm.
like what it should have been. When you have two rival, leagues fighting each other, champion versus champion type, you would think it would be like big, but for whatever reason, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't big. Even me, I wasn't even interested in watching it.
I watched it just in case you watched it. I mean, I watched
Yeah.
some of it and it was on easy during the daytime. I did watch a little bit of the Mexican, the UFC Mexico. They had a big brawl in the stands, and I don't know what Dana thought. Like, oh my gosh, I can't control this one.
Well, I
Dana,
saw I saw the one guy left hook two guys and drop them.
yeah.
There was a free for all in there. I've never seen that. First time ever in the UFC history that I've seen that many people go at it, and the one guy, boom, boom, knocked these guys down.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
like,
so yeah, so the best part was the Twitter. you, you
yeah.
you did you watch that card or no?
I watched Brian Ortega's fight, and I watched the main event. And man, Brian Ortega. At first, I went like, man, I go, I don't think he was prepared for the altitude because look, I go, he's getting winded, and Jair almost had him out. And I'm thinking, man, what the hell? Then all of a sudden, he comes back, and I said, oh, he is okay. Maybe he was hurt then. Maybe he got hit with a good shot, and it hurt him. So okay, so he is in shape because look how great he's doing because he went and dominated the second and finished him in the third. Very impressive, Brian Ortega. Very, very impressive because Yair is a very, very good fighter. And the way Ortega did what he did, I thought he was done in the first round. I said, oh, he's looked like he's gassed. And then I thought the second round he was going to come up, and he comes up out blazing, man. He was, and I'm thinking, and then I just read yesterday that while they were announcing him, he was jumping up and down and he popped his ankle.
Yeah, I
I
saw
went,
that. I saw that. He was trying to do the 2-leg jump, get loose,
yeah,
bring your knees up, jump up. And when he came down, I could see a little wobble in his, and he's like, oh, and I could see the poker face like slip a little.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he was
yeah,
like, it was a tell,
yeah. Yeah, I missed that. So yeah, he said that popped his ankle, and he was really concerned. So obviously, when you're fighting, you can't be concerned about your ankle. So he's concerned about that, the stability and everything. So man, it's like now you're impressed with his comeback, but now you're even equally impressed because now he was actually injured, and he injured it during the fight, and he still came back with a great performance like that. That's a great comeback, to be honest with you. A great comeback considering what he had to do, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Brian's next fight. He's very impressive, very confident, and just he knew he was going to win no matter what, and he went and improved it. That you're not going to beat me. I'm going to beat you with 1 foot if I have to, and he did.
He's a beast. I was looking at video on Bekzat, who's going to be fighting, your guy, and be fighting Umar this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And the kids get 85% knockouts.
No, hey, he's a dangerous guy. We are not. He is more dangerous than the vast majority of the UFC fighters. I'm telling you, this guy is no joke. He's one of those phenom type guys that's coming into the game, and you're going, oh, yeah, he's never been in the UFC. Yeah, okay. Keep thinking that way. You better look at him like a serious, serious opponent. And I don't care about the rankings. I care about 17-1, and like you said, 85% knockout ratio. That's something to be concerned about. If you are not concerned about that, you're an idiot. And you're an idiot coach, and you shouldn't be coaching because that guy's no joke. You better plan for him properly. And I believe 100% Umar's going to win, but I don't think it's easy. And if he makes it look easy, it's because he trained super hard to make it look easy. So this is not an easy guy. No way.
No, not at all. And he's like 14-1, right high kick.
17-1. He's 17-1.
Is he?
Yes, 17-1.
Okay, I gotta look it up again. But I saw his right kick, right high kick was knocking guys out, and with his hands, he'd dart in, hand over hand, center, right down the center. That was his kind of strength and what he was doing.
He comes in good body clinch control, takedowns a whole bit. He's got good ground game. He's a well-rounded fighter, good boxing, good everything. He's good everywhere. Yeah. It's just that for me, it's unfortunate for him that he's fighting, to me, the future champion. So there you go.
Yeah, he's just coming. He took the fight. There we go. He was like, "Oh, course, anybody will take a future champion from the outside just to get in the dance. They'll take whatever door they're given." So that card's you're gonna be there doing that. That's exciting for you. Where will you be after this fight? Where will you be heading?
I go home for 3 days, and then I go back to Dubai to finish business, and then it's off to training Usman for his May 17th fight in France, I believe.
France?
I believe it's France.
Oh, you're going to Europe finally. Well, you've been to England before.
Yeah, I've been to England, but not France. So I believe that's what's going on. I'm not sure. And then Islam, I don't know when his fight's coming out. He doesn't have a fight book, but I'm thinking June, July, maybe late August or something. But I hope Islam gets 2 fights this year. But let's see what the UFC can work out with them. But also, you missed out a great fight with Roy Vall and Moreno, Brandon Moreno.
Yes, yes.
That was one of those fights that you go, okay, who won? The guy with the output who did connect more, or the guy
Hmm.
that landed the harder shots? Well, for me, I went with the guy with the connect rate because and the enthusiasm he had and kept coming and coming. I think more of the damaging shots were Moreno, but it got outdone, I feel, by the overwhelming amount of aggressiveness that Royval did. He was, man, in that altitude, especially in that altitude,
After seeing
punching the
it
way he
smother,
did.
it smothered Kane before that altitude.
Oh, it
Cardio
killed
Kane was in
Kane.
that altitude. Yeah.
It killed Kane. Kane had convulsions at the end. I was really worried about him. It's like Kane has the greatest cardio in the heavyweight history of all heavyweights, even of young guys. And all of a sudden he goes into Mexico because I couldn't get him to go early. I tried and tried. He wouldn't go. And I'm like, oh my God, we're in trouble. Then I find out the 10 days out we were there. I thought, okay, that'll be good enough. I found out that's the worst time. You were better off just going 1 week out, because when you're there, it takes a little bit more to get accumulated to the altitude. I could be wrong on that because I'm no expert, but that's what I was told. And you saw the result. Fabricio looked like he was Superman. Nothing we did worked. No matter what we hit him with, didn't work. And Kane got tired within 30 seconds of the fight. He got tired. So here I see these two guys, and Royval kept going and going and going into the fifth round, kept punching in bunches. And my God, I was like, wow, one good advantage for Royval is that he trains in Denver, Colorado. They have a high altitude, but it's not as high as Mexico. But still, that helped him tremendously.
Yeah. That was yeah, but they were going like they were like at sea level. It didn't
Yeah,
seem to slow them down, man.
yeah. The only person I thought was in trouble was Ortega, but I thought there's the altitude, and of course, it was Yair hit him with some good shots, but it was the injury plus Yair hit him with some good shots because there's no way if you were super tired you can come back as strong as he did. So man, big props to Ortega, big props.
France sounds fun. Are you going to go there before, or are you going to stay probably stay in Dubai and train? What do you think?
Nothing's been discussed about how we're going to do that. From what I'm told, it's probably better he trains in Dagestan and then
Hmm.
goes. It's only a 3-hour flight from there to France. So I'm assuming that after Ramadan, they're going to have me come over to train him in Dagestan. But I got to get a visa. I don't have a visa. So if I don't get a visa, then I'll just have to go to France then.
Yeah, you eat some. Go to Paris and go to the pastry shops. They're really good. But you're losing weight. Doesn't look like you'll have fun at the pastry shops. How's everything going? Nice
No,
for
I,
Joe.
I eat what I want. So yeah. No, I look forward to eating good stuff. I don't. I'm not watching what I'm eating. I'm just eating less. That's all.
You're
I'm eating
looking
less, and
down at the plate
I'm
less.
working out. I'm
A little
working
less.
out about 2 hours a day. I'm working out 5 days, 6 days a week.
Oh,
Not running
phenomenal.
though. Not running. I'm walking because my knees. I don't want my knees. Like as you get older, your knees get jacked up. It's that thing they show when you got a guy that's on top of a truck. When you're young, under 20 or under 30, you jump off the truck. No big deal. You do somersaults. When you're 30, 40 and over. I'm sorry. When you're 40 and over, you're looking down. You're going, man, that's 3 feet down. Oh man. Oh, that's 2 feet down. Oh man, I gotta get down to my knees and get off slowly or get on my butt before I get off the truck. No, it is
Hmm.
true. It's true. We're more worried about disaster. And think about this: the elderly, they'll be walking, they fall down, they fall down, they break bones, they break hips, and a lot of the times that's what leads to the end. My mother, she was walking in her home and she fell down, broke her hip, and that actually ended her career, her life. I'm sorry, because from there, she ruptured something in her stomach, and because of her age, she wasn't going to be able to survive the surgery. So we were told, say your last, basically, your last hugs and whatnot to your mother because she's going to go.
No, that's sad. It's true. I have a lot of friends that are, mind over matter guys. I'm like, chill. What? How old are you? Okay, it's like saying I got this Ferrari, and it's an older Ferrari, but the tires are almost about to pop. They're really bald. Like, I'm gonna go max it out. I'm like, don't. It's gonna blow. The tires are gonna blow. You're gonna fly off the highway and run into
Yeah,
a
yeah,
tree. And
yeah.
that's like,
That's reality. That's reality. As we
yeah.
get older, we're hey, any
You got
day's
to
a good
take it
day.
easy. You got to ease it in, ease into that workout. I mean, I have friends like, I'm a surfer, man. Next, he's like, my back, I can't walk. Like 3 months. I'm
Yeah,
like,
every
well,
day's a blessed day.
right. Well, you
Hmm.
did fantastic. Good luck with the fights and everything. Looking
Yep.
forward to a great week for you. Thanks for coming on the podcast, Hav.
All
That's
right,
another
man.
good one.
Another good one.